Noni ஆரோக்கியத்தின் அடையாளம்.
Heart attack. What are the symptoms of a heart attack? People who have heart related problem, or they know about it, what are the symptoms of the heart attack. But people who have attack for the first time, they always feel that they are healthy and they will remain healthy. And because of that, they always ignore the symptoms. Whenever there is a breathlessness feeling, pain in the right hand or the left hand, perspiration, they associate it to be indigestion and gastric problem. So what are the symptoms by which you can identify whether it is a heart attack or a gastric problem? In case if it is a gastric problem, what you need to do is, you can just press the point on the center of your arm. On the center of the arm, when you press the point, if it is a gastric problem, immediately there will be a gas that will be passing out from when you press these points. That is associated to any type of gastric problem when you press this. But when there is no pain over here, then you should try and go to the left hand side little finger, left hand side little finger, below the nail, press on all the three sides. When you press on all the three sides, and if there is a pain over there, that is indicative of heart related problem. And now when a person has a heart attack, at that moment of time when you press this point, the person will literally scream with pain. That much is the intensity of the pain that can be there at that time. And this point is also a preventive point which people can practice after the age of 40 to prevent any type of heart related problem. And whenever you feel that any person has got a heart attack, as you are taking the person to the hospital, please start doing this point. This is as good as a cardiac massage, and you can be able to save a person's life. There is no better joy than trying to reach out to the people and save somebody's life. It has got a different satisfaction altogether. And you are the people who are traveling. You are the people who are in contact with a lot of people in the society, in the community. You can spread this message, and in turn, directly or indirectly, you are helping to save many people's life. This is the point which we have shown on the left hand side, little finger. This point, if it is done at the time of heart attack, this is a life-saving point, and on a regular basis, even after the age of 40-45, if this point is done, this can help to improve the muscular condition of the heart and improve the condition of the heart, prevent heart-related ailments. People who have already gone through surgeries, they can also do this point. This will be useful. There is no better exercise for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up and bring them to the mainstream of the society and keeping them alive. Stroke, paralysis stroke. How do we identify a stroke? Again, because of the ignorance of the people, many a times we try to keep postponing things and not get adequate attention in time. We feel that it must be just a headache, or it must be just a nauseatic feeling, vomiting feeling. That is why the person is not feeling well and is complaining about the giddiness and the head related problem. At times, even when there is a stroke, we do not know what to do, what is the preventive care to be taken as we are taking the person to the hospital. But to identify a stroke, the first thing is that you should ask a person to repeat a sentence what you have spoken. And when a person has suffered a stroke, his speech will not be as clear as it was, and there will be a slight slur in his speech. It will not be very clear. With one symptom, we cannot conclude. So the second symptom is tongue. You ask the person to roll the tongue out and take it up to the lips. In normal conditions, we can hold it up to the lips and keep it. But when a person has a stroke, that time he will not be able to hold it and the tongue will roll out on either side. On either side it can roll out, and that indicates that there is a possible stroke. If the tongue has rolled out on the left side, then the clot is on the right hand side of the brain and vice versa. And the third test can be to ask the person to raise the hands. Today we can raise the hands and stand in this position in normal times. But whenever a person has a stroke, hand will fall off. He will not be able to keep the balance. And that is why we find that when a person who has a paralysis stroke, one side of the body is affected. So with this, we can identify and rush the patient to the hospital, because the first 4 hours are very, very crucial for getting the medical help and the attention. What are the pressure points that can be done in such a case? The thumb is connected to the brain and the head region. We have seen the pressure point should be done on the entire front of the thumb, which controls the brain, pituitary, pineal, mental and head nerves. So this entire thumb should be pressed and activated as you are taking the person to the hospital. This will help to improve the condition of the patient without causing permanent damage or a drastic damage. Even if a person has suffered a stroke and a person is not well, we can always treat any type of paralysis patient with acupressure. We can even recover a person out of coma. We are all part of a puzzle in someone else's life. You may never know where you will fit, but someone else's life may never be complete without you. This is a very touching statement for me, because I keep traveling to a lot of places, and at times I meet people even without appointments. For instance, today I am in front of you. It's so many people. Now so many more people know me and I know so many more people. Let us not ignore our children. For the children, up to the age of 14 is very, very crucial and important. Till the age of 14, the physical, mental, emotional intelligence keeps developing, and for that we need to enhance the energy for the children. The energy development for the children, and the master point for that point is for development of the endocrine gland point, which is the point on the wrist over here. This is one of the points which, if it is activated regularly for the children, this will help to control and make them grow into a more systematic, more intelligent, physically and mentally more stronger children. And this is one of the points which can help to even control and prevent them from getting into bad habits. For children also, for any type of cough and cold, we can do the pressure points on the tips. And in case of cough for the children or throat infection, we can apply ghee on the throat from outside. That is a preventive thing for any type of cough and cold for the children. Other common problem which comes for the children is bedwetting. For the bedwetting, we can do the pressure point on the reverse of the little finger, on the back of the little finger, on both the hands. This is the point which has been very, very effective for the children who have been suffering from bedwetting. For concentration, for the children, it is the same as us. Do the pressure point below the nose. This helps to improve their memory and concentration. For any type of stomach related problem, the point that can be done, we have seen, this is the area which is connecting to the stomach, in and around the thumb area. This is the point. If it is activated for stomach related problem, they can improve their digestion and Also, for the parents who complain that my son or daughter is not eating, they will improve this appetite also. So this is the point which can help for improving the digestion and for the appetite. This is very useful. For the lungs development, we should form the habit for the children to improve the breathing, and they should always try to do the deep breathing, which can help to improve the condition of the lungs. Some children, they are hyperactive. For reducing the hyperactivity, reduce the sugar and do the lymph point, which is the point which we have shown over here. That can help for reducing the hyperactivity of the children. And very important for the children is, please give them the deworming medicine once in 6 months. It is very important to improve their stomach condition and also to improve the general health of the child. Now, in case of emergency, what are the points that we should be doing? One of the points for the heart attack we have seen is the point on the little finger. That is the point which can be done. In case if you come across anybody with epilepsy attack or who has fainted, the point below the nose, this can help for epilepsy. In case of bleeding, if a person has had a cut or an accident, and if there is a heavy bleeding, tie the bandage around the arm on the left hand side. That will help to control the bleeding or the loss of blood. In case of stroke, we have seen the points on the thumb, and in case of asthma, we can do the pressure points on the chest, and this is also the point for enhancing the energy of the chest. Detox. Detoxing is very important, and one of the ways to detox is oil pulling. Oil pulling is a Russian system which has been brought to India by Lieutenant Colonel T. Koteshwar Rao. And now, today this system is quite popular, and to my own knowledge, since I am practicing this since last 21 years in different countries and informing people about it, more than 10 million people are doing this and they are enjoying the benefit of this. What is oil pulling and what are the benefits of it? During the day, we eat, drink, smoke, actively, passively, it's a one-way traffic. But when we go to sleep at night, that is the time our pulse rate comes down, and that is the time our body is relaxed. During that time, the process of digestion takes place and the solids and the liquids, they get channelized. But the toxins which are there, they come and get collected in the cavities in our mouth. And that is the reason at times when we get up in the morning, we find bitterness in our mouth. God has designed our body system in such a beautiful way, scientific way, that it gives enough signals before we have health problem. 3 to 5 days in advance, you will find the bitterness developing in your mouth, and you will also have a thick white coating on your tongue. Why white coating on your tongue is? Because the tongue contains the taste buds. So nature is giving an indication, slow down on eating of the food, but we go in a mechanical way. And when we are going in a mechanical way, we ignore the symptoms and go only what quantity is available to us. And in the process, we keep on creating the burden on our system, and because of that prolonged burden, we continue to have the health problems. How do we do oil pulling? In oil pulling, we take 1 teaspoon of cooking oil, what we are using at home, take it in our mouth and use it as a mouthwash. Just rotate it in the mouth, not as a throat gargle, but as a mouthwash. Do it for 3 to 5 minutes initially, and then you can gradually increase it up to 20 minutes. After doing for 3 to 5 minutes, when you spit it out, it will become like a white froth, white it will become like white milkish thing. The oil has got diluted and got converted into whitish substance. That is the amount of toxins what we carry in our mouth. If we really want to know the effects of these toxins, is if you collect the early morning saliva into a container or a beaker and keep it and smell that after 10 minutes, it is so bitter that your nostrils will get blocked completely. And by chance, if you just left it unattended, if a bird or a cat comes and licks it, within 48 hours they can die. This is the amount of toxins which are there in our mouth. It is also mentioned in Mahabharata also that in case early morning saliva which is there in our mouth and we take some food grains and keep it in our mouth and mix it with the food of the enemy, that is like a slow poison. That is the amount of toxicity which is there in our mouth early morning. And oil pulling helps to clear such toxins which are harmful for us. There is an argument that people say, we do the brushing to do the toxins. Do you really know how to effectively do the brushing and cleanse your mouth? First compromise that we do when we get up late is on brushing. We just do a fast movement and finish off the activity of brushing without effectively cleaning it. Oil pulling helps to clear it completely. What are the effects of oil pulling? People who have bad breath, bleeding gums, mouth ulcers, headaches, asthma, thyroid problem. When we were discussing thyroid, I mentioned about it. People who have thyroid problem, ear problems, eyes problem, if they do it, they can see immediate result of oil pulling. And especially for the people who have bleeding gums, mouth ulcers, bad breath, sinus problem, they can see the result within a month of this. And if it is done regularly, it can give everlasting effect, and it can also help to boost up and improve your immunity for fighting off various diseases. You can use any oil, but if you ask me, the preferred oil is sesame oil. And with sesame oil, the effect is much better. Initially, some people they find it a little difficult to do it for 20 minutes, but you can start doing it for 3 to 5 minutes, and gradually you can extend it to 20 minutes. Why 20 minutes? Because one circulation of blood cycle in our body is 20 minutes. So any activity what we are doing for exercise, ideally that should be also in multiples of 20 minutes. For instance, if you are going for walking, do it in multiples of 20 minutes. Swimming, multiples of 20 minutes. Going to the gym, do it in multiples of 20 minutes, so that we are enhancing the entire energy cycle completely. What's the difference between a God and a man? God gives and forgives. Man gets and forgets. And not to forget, they also regret. Let us try to go one step closer towards godliness and try to remember things and help people, and also always wear a smile and be away from anger. This is what I believe to be in life. Be a candle, be a light, be a twinkle in the dark, be a hope, be an inspiration, and make a big difference in other people's heart, whereby people welcome you much more rather than trying to run away from you. Thank you. Live healthy. This is the website which is there, healingpressure.com, and the email ID is khetan@healingpressure.com. You are free to write your queries on this. Within 3 days, we will ensure that any replies that are required will be answered to. There is an office which runs to attend this. So your questions and queries will be effectively answered, and whatever we have spoken, the information is available on the website. The hand charts and the leg charts are also available on the website for you to download from there and to use it, so that you know what are the points that you need to press effectively. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Divine.